Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Pet Wellness Wednesday. My name is Will with Pet Matrix, and I'm excited that you decided to join us tonight. If you are catching us on the replay, we're excited that you made some time to come in and check with us and see all the cool things that we're doing here at Pet Matrix. And we got a fun night in store for you. We're going to be fast, okay? We're going to move through this because we got a lot going on with the focus group. But we have all of us here today, okay? The trifecta. You got myself, you got Summer, who's going to be talking to you guys about how you can help your dogs within your home. Okay. There's lots of things we can do around it, the toxicity and things like that are going on in the products that you use. She's going to walk you through that. And obviously we have our director of education, Tanisha. She's going to be talking to you a lot about preventative type of care that we can give our dogs. And obviously be talking a little bit about the focus group and some of the amazing testimonies that we're still getting back. Every day it's like a new adventure for us. It's like Christmas every day when we open up our emails or we open up our private messages from another story, another image, people that we might have known, but all of a sudden then we see their interaction with their dog and now pictures of their dog. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is going on. It just kind of tells all of us that, there's a different picture that's painted in everybody's home. And what we see on the outside might not tell the full story of what's going on inside. So we are grateful and humbled that you allowed us to come into your home and help you with your pet needs. And I'm going to tell you, the subjects for tonight really got me thinking about this weekend that Summer and I had with Bay. We took her down to the beach dog area in Newport, and the tide was so low. I've personally never seen it that low. I've lived here in Orange County pretty much my entire life, and the tide was so low. It was crazy. And as Bay's running around, and remember, for a lot of you who might be new, or you obviously know the story of Bay, right? She has a luxated patella in her rear legs brought on by small fiber neuropathy, SFN, and which has led to arthritis, right? And she, ever since she was young, we got her as a rescue. They believe she was about 8 months old. And ever since then, the amount of exercise that we could allow her to do was very limited. And so as we start putting her on our products, it's been life-changing. And so this was a real test. Okay. We took her down to the beach. It was crowded, so many dogs, and she's a lover, doesn't worry about the other dogs, but just wants to chase and run. And literally for 2 to 3 hours, it was non-stop sprinting back and forth. And I'm just like, my goodness, I'm waiting. Okay. She's not limping around. She's still pushing off her hind legs, not so much dragging and all that kind of stuff. And Summer and I look and we're like, you know what? Tomorrow is going to be the true test. We're going to know tomorrow. We had her on 4 to 5 days of every day out, down to the park, running. We walk. It's about 3/4 of a mile to walk there, 3/4 of a mile to walk back, plus all the running and everything that we do with her. And she's been doing great. But this was a test. It was like 2 to 3 hours of nonstop sprinting. Okay. And because the tide was so low, there were not tide pools, but just little pockets of water. And so it made for a very, undulating type of surface. And every once in a while, her hind legs dropped down and she, ate it. And she was loving it, having an amazing, amazing time. And I was talking to another pet owner who was out there, another dog owner who was out there, and he was talking about CBD. If you know Summer and my story, we're major advocates of CBD, especially for our dog. And I don't say especially for our dog, for us as well, right? We're all mammals. We all have an endocannabinoid system. Don't get Tanisha started on it because she'll talk for another half hour on it and everything else, okay? We love the ECS. So we started talking to him, and he said he gave it to his dog who was older as a measure to help with the pain. And we started talking a little bit more, and Summer jumped in, and it was really started helping him understand that preventative measures for health are better than once the ailment starts coming up and trying to treat that ailment, right? Because now you're trying to battle it on two fronts, okay? You're trying to treat the actual, target the problem, right? While all the while you're trying to keep everything else in check, okay? Their mind, their body, their spirit, okay? Trust me, they have, okay, this balance within them, okay? When they feel down and downtrodden, and whether it's they're inflamed, whether it's their arthritis, they're in pain, whatever it is, taking a preventative measure to this is super important. So if you have young puppies, okay, if you have other dogs in the home that might not have any telltale signs, trust me, they're coming, and they're coming at a rate of 7 to 10 times the rate of your life, right? So it's important to start helping their bodies along, okay, before issues start to come up. Okay. And that's the preventative nature of this that Tanisha is going to be talking about. But before I kick it over to her, we've been getting a lot of feedback, okay, from everybody in the focus group who is in the next 2 weeks probably going to be running out of product, and they see all these amazing changes in their dog, and they're like, how am I going to get the product? What's going on? Right. So this is what you're going to do. Okay. We have the new website up. All right. It's really, really great. I'm super happy with it. And in the middle of the section, right below the main header page where it says be the first to access Pet Matrix, below that, you're going to see here a product VIP list. What you're going to do is once you click that, it's just going to take you to this form here, right? Just quick information. We need your name and your email address. If you can, a phone number would be great, just so we can make contact with you. But it's going to get you on our list. And as soon as, okay, we are going to have the products available, all right, to all of you, for your second round. Okay, for some of your friends and your family who want their first round, they're like, oh my gosh, I want my dog to have all the amazing results that your dog is having. We are going to be having those available to you sooner than expected. As we start talking about this and meet as a company, we understand the need, the driving force, right? Your dog's feeling good. Your dog's feeling great. Okay. And you don't want them to stop feeling that way, right? Super important. So go onto the website, fill out that information for the VIP list, and you'll get on the list. Okay. If somebody's asking about the products that friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, whoever, right? A lot of dog owners out there, 69 million homes in the United States have at least a single dog. A lot of them have more than one. Okay. But tell them just to go onto the website, click that button, fill out that information. It's straight to us. This isn't spam, okay? Straight to us, and then we'll keep them in the know and get the product information out as soon as possible. And it is going to be sooner rather than later. We are currently working on that. So just wanted to pass that information on to you guys. And what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and kick it over to Tanisha, and she's going to really delve into preventative type of healthcare, the things that you can do for your dog so that they don't find themselves in these, bad times later on because something could have been done. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Tanisha on here. There she is. Hey, Nish.
Hello, everyone. Okay, you guys. This very specific Wellness Wednesday for our amazing animals, I am a little bit more excited this week than the other weeks. Don't get me wrong, I was really excited the other weeks to be able to educate you guys about what it is that we were preparing to roll out. But now that we're a couple of weeks into this focus group, this is a whole different experience. My week, very specifically this week, was dedicated to outreach, reaching out to our community, our focus group, having conversations with those fur parents who have chosen to participate in this. And the reason why it was so important to have outreach this week is because it has everything to do with prevention. So before we go into talking about specific prevention, I want to give some doggo shout outs. We love doing shout outs with things that we have advocated with wellness, and very specifically, this is going to be a doggo shout out. We're not going to be hearing any human names. We're going to be hearing the cutest dog names. Okay, so we have 6 amazing shout outs today, and I'm going to basically read back what their parents have shared with me of what's taken place in the past 1 to 2 weeks for them. Okay. So this shout out is for Rocco. So Rocco has actually experienced a cease in whimpering at night, meaning Rocco's no longer whimpering at night. And what this means is that he's not waking his owner up in the middle of the night because he's no longer whimpering. And just so you guys know, Summer and Will don't know what these results are. These are all surprises for them as well. So they're hearing this for the first time too. And this is a really big deal because this is new information that not only these owners are experiencing, but for a lot of these dogs for the first time. So a decrease in whimpering at night, and itching has almost gone completely away. That is a really, really big deal. Why is that a big deal? Well, guess what? Itchy skin means inflammation, means irritation. There's something going on within the body, within the blood, within the body's systems that are basically creating that alert system for it to inflame, and that creates a lot of itchiness. So, yay for Rocco. We've also got Tank, and Tank really touched my heart because Tank's mom actually sent me about 5 to 6 photos today of what Tank's situation is. And Tank is a big bulldog. He's got these beautiful eyes. And unfortunately, he has a very large abscess, an open wound on his side because Tank has cancer. But what is so exciting is that Tank's mom let me know today by showing actually before and after photos of his eyes, that his eyes are beginning to look happier and that he's not as challenged with pain. That's a really big deal for a dog that's suffering like that. So I am so thrilled to not only receive that feedback, but to actually have photos of proof of that, which is so exciting. I also want to give a big shout out to Alfie. I love Alfie's mom. Alfie's mom is very much like me. She's very in tune. She pays attention to extreme detail, especially in the poop department. And Alfie has had more solid poops. No more open skin wounds, which is very exciting. And apparently, Alfie had a skin wound around the rectum, from my understanding. His hair has improved, his teeth are better, and his gums are better. His eyes are clearer, and his tongue looks healthier. So, what does that mean? That means that things are happening on the inside. Things are feeling better. They're operating better. The inflammation is going down. And what that means is that the body has a greater ability to be able to communicate and do all of the things that it knows how to do, but just needs the assistance. And again, that also has everything to do with prevention and being able to take action before things get to that point. And the great thing is that because Pet Matrix is rolling out now, that is what we're here for, to be able to assist dogs that are in situations, that are in troubled situations, and at the same time being able to assist dogs so that they don't get to that situation. Okay, so let's give Milky Dud. Milky Dud. How cute is that name? Milky Dud. So Milky Dud is actually more relaxed and also not much licking, if not at all. So this goes back to inflammation. Now, in the data that we've been accumulating initially from the very beginning of our evaluation process, we basically had everybody fill out a form. What are the challenges that these dogs have been experiencing? And I've looked at all the data that we have, and 80+% of the feedback of the main chief concern that these parents are noticing is licking, itching, skin issues. So the fact that decreased licking and decreased itching is coming back through these reports, that for us, that makes us feel very ecstatic, very excited, because now we're actually seeing in less than a month, in less than 30 days, their little bodies, or big bodies, because I haven't touched one of the testimonies yet, Those little and big bodies are responding efficiently. That to us is gold because we know what we're doing is making a difference. Okay, this is also one of my favorites, and it might have to do with because babies are involved. And her mother is on screen here watching this live, which is very exciting. Nova. So Nova is another dog who is currently pregnant. And of course, with pregnancy, especially within dogs, certain things, maybe are, on the fence of being taken as a supplement form. Nova's vet actually approved these supplements for her and gave her a very clear bill of health and said that her liver is completely amazing, super wonderful, and her vet gave her full on clearance to be able to continue these supplements through her pregnancy. That to us is such a very big deal as well, because typically, again, comparable to humans, but within the dog space, it's a big no to be supplementing with many things. So this is really exciting for us. In case you guys didn't know, the liver helps to filter a lot of the blood, and there's a lot of blood required in order to make babies and help grow babies inside the body. So very, very, very cool deal. Okay, my last shout out, and this one I'm very excited about because this is our largest dog in our focus group, 150-pound bull mastiff Chief. Now, Chief is just starting, but what makes this really exciting for me personally is that bull mastiffs are known to have a very short lifespan, about 7 to 9 years. So the fact that Chief is going to be able to be on these supplements is, again, another very big deal because we are automatically putting that body into an anti-inflammatory state, a longevity state. And that's how we really want to be able to think of these situations. And with all of these amazing doggo shout outs, a lot of these dogs, some of them are older, some of them are in the first half of their life. But we want to be able to go into a mindset of understanding that we don't want to take action when things have already gone skewed. So I want to talk about that for a few minutes and really helping you to understand that what we do now, even in our own personal lives, what we do now impacts the future. The choices we make now impact the future in every which way. How we react to a situation impacts the future. The information our dogs take in from us, because we are their masters, impacts their future. So there's a lot of people who have a mindset of, oh, my dog is fine. My dog goes to the vet. My vet said he's super, super healthy. I don't need to change anything. But then when that dog gets to the age of about maybe 4, as early as 4, maybe earlier, 5, 6, those dogs start having challenges. In fact, I will tell you a story. There's somebody that I came into contact with within the past 2 weeks who had a 6-year-old German Shepherd. 3 weeks ago, they were notified that their dog had cancer, a 6-year-old German Shepherd. 2 days after they found out that their dog had cancer, unfortunately, their dog passed away. At that point, you can't help but feel shocked. You can't help but think, wow, I haven't heard an experience like that happen to an animal, to a family. What could have been done to change the situation? What was the lifestyle of that dog? Did that dog suffer with a huge amount of stress and anxiety? I ended up finding out that that dog massively suffered from anxiety. So there are things that we can do to alter not just the physical environment, but the internal environment of our animals, of our dogs, so that they know how to process stress, not consciously, but subconsciously. Their body has all the tools that they need to be able to help it run smoothly. For example, like your car. You know that you have to take your car into the shop to get its oil, to get its coolant, all the things that help that vehicle run. in order for it to help you get to the next 10,000 miles. Well, our dogs are the same. Our animals are the same. They need to be serviced just as we do. So it is really important to be able to help yourself get to that place and understanding that the actions that you're taking now in your animal's life are going to make the difference for the future. In our survey that we had, our initial intake forms, we asked all the health questions, all the clinical questions, but we closed out that form with the emotional question of what would it mean to you if your dog started feeling better? And we had the mushiest responses. My dog would have a better quality of life. My dog is my everything. My little boy is my entire life. Constant responses like that. And it was very cute to see big, giant adults, humans, get all mushy about their animals and how much they care about them because they offer us so much. And it really is up to us to take those preventative measures to not just give them the better quality of life just for them, but so that we can be there together and grow together and have those experiences like Will and Summer have with Bay, and take her and all of your dogs to the beach to run. Even though Bay is, she's getting older, but the fact that she can go out now and run so much more efficiently because she's supporting herself properly, that makes a world of difference for her because she gets to move, she gets to exercise. She doesn't have to be in so much discomfort like she did before and take a couple of days to recover from one day of running and sprinting on the beach or in the park. These little things that we can do, all of the tips and tricks that Summer has shared about brushing our dog's teeth, making healthy treats at home, all of the little actions that we take impact the body's system, the dog's systems, and how their systems communicate. So I'm challenging you to think outside the box. And if you're here, you obviously are. If you're participating in the focus group, you are obviously thinking outside the box in a level that is essentially creating a deeper relationship with you and your animal, and really building more trust with you and your animal. We come on here on Wellness Wednesdays to teach you, to look at certain ingredients, to be aware of what's out there outside of Pet Matrix, but at the same time offering Pet Matrix as a massive growing resource for you to think differently and to take action a lot differently. So if any of this makes sense to you guys, please let us know in the comments. Let us know that you are amazingly committed to your animal, that you want your animal to live a healthy quality of life for as long as possible, that you are open to making the decision and the choices to better your animal's life, because it's a win-win for both of you. And what I want to encourage you to do is to also think of one friend that you have, one friend that has a dog, one friend that really, really cares about their dog, and even tag them in the comments here, or invite them to the next Pet Wellness Wednesday. Let them know what Pet Matrix is doing. We are on a massive mission. Paco wanted to say hello after having conniptions. He was underneath the table, you guys. He's in a mold. He's crazy right now. But we want to grow this community and have it be a massive health and wellness resource for animals, and basically redefine the culture of wellness for pets. Because you guys, the stuff that we see out there, I'm not even going to comment on it.
Amazing stuff, Tanisha. Thank you so much. There's no question why she's the director of education here. Thanks so much, Nish. Listening to her stories about the German Shepherd, about just all these things that can just spring up. And that's really where the science of Pet Matrix comes into play. Because, look, if your dog has arthritis, if your dog is in pain, you typically know. If they're itching and they're scratching, you typically know, and we can attack those things, right? From the inside out. You heard Tanisha talk about these are things going on in the inside. Okay, we heal from the inside out. So we got to help that. Okay. But the things you can't see are the things that creep up on you and catch you by surprise. Those are the things we really can't measure. And that's where prevention on a scientific level comes in play, because you couldn't see in this healthy, vibrant German Shepherd, I think she said he was like 6 or something. All of a sudden, boom, cancer. Remember when we were talking about the science of Pet Matrix and we are talking about, the life expectancy of your dog is already predestined based on their DNA sequencing within their telomeres on the ends of all of their chromosomes. Okay. That's where it comes from. Okay. So you can't see that. But we know through science and research and studies that have been done that we can effectively deliver compounds and peptides to protect those telomeres, to actually help extend those telomeres, extend their life. Okay, 10 times faster is their depletion of telomere length versus humans. That's one of the reasons why they have their life expectancy, why they're so rapidly moving faster than we are through life. We want to slow that down. We want to slow it down so they can be around with us as long as possible, because at the end of the day, they are as important to us as we are to them. Sometimes more important. And, even selfishly, I want to keep Bay around longer because she brings me this joy. She keeps me centered. On a bad day, she looks at me and says, "Why are you so sad? The sun is out. Let's go for a walk." And immediately I feel better once I'm outside. She did that. So it's all the things we can't see that sneak up on us and surprise us. The preventative nature of these products, they can help keep their bodies, okay? They're constantly in a state of inflammation. It's constantly battling it. Why not help them out with the most highly bioavailable curcumin that you can deliver to their body with Pet Matrix? Over. No one can deliver it the way we do. No one. So we're super excited about that. And we, at the end of the day, want to help extend the quality and the quantity of your dog's life. So in saying that, we always want to add value here. We're not just here to talk about our company and our products. Pet Matrix is much more than just the products. We are a community. You heard Tanisha talking about it. Okay, we are a community really dedicated to helping in all areas for you and your pets. And in this next segment, Summer's going to come on and teach you and explain to you how you can help. We baby-proof our house, right? Okay, we got all the locks on everything and all that kind of good stuff. So why aren't we taking a look at the chemicals that we are using for our household goods? So I'm going to go ahead and bring Summer on right now. She can explain it way better than I can. And there she is.
Hi, everyone.
Right.
Bay has been anxiously waiting for her time on screen because she has blueberries. She's like, "Give me the blueberries." So yes, it's been a great week and great exciting things. If you guys are interested in seeing the video of Bay running all over the place for hours, you can follow her on Instagram at chasing_Bay. And while you're on Instagram, go over and follow Pet Matrix. We are live today and we are at My Pet Matrix. Pet Matrix. So we're going to talk a little bit about chemicals. What's going on, right? Bay has environmental allergies. And when she has, I'm going to actually take this earpiece out because it's driving me crazy. Much better. Can you still hear me? Okay, perfect. Bay has environmental allergies, and that's where we've seen the most challenges with her skin and things like that. So when she was crazy red paws, raw, all of this kind of stuff, it was so many things. How do we narrow it down and figure out what it is? We know there are pesticides in the lawn. We know there are chemicals in our cleaning products. So we have to first start with what's at home and what we have control over. So a while ago, we switched to 100% plant-based products at home. And I want to explain to you why. So they're in constant exposure. Think about your dogs. They're closest to the ground. They are touching every time they walk on your floors, they're touching it with their paws, right? Just like humans, their skin is the largest organ in their body. So, hey, where are you going, lady? I need you. Come back. I got blueberries. So what are we doing to make changes there? So I want to read to you so that I don't mess it up. It says, studies show that vast amounts of chemical residue in the urine of both cats and dogs in the most famous study to date by the Environmental Working Group, it states, dogs and cats were found to be contaminated with 48 of 70 industrial chemicals tested, including 43 chemicals at levels higher than those typically found in people. According to our study of plastics and food packaging chemicals, heavy metals, fire retardants, and stain-proofing chemicals in pooled samples of blood. So what does this mean? That means that whatever you're washing their bedding with, whatever they're walking around on, all of those things that have chemicals in them are going into their bloodstream and participating in those problems that are creating inflammation and disease. So there are tons of plant-based products on the market. So I'm going to show you just a few ways that you can do it and make changes at home, right? So like I said, cleaning products. They are plant-based. You want to still make sure, because they're plant-based, that they're non-GMO, right? Doesn't do any good to use genetically modified plants to clean your house. Just another way of getting chemicals in your house without you knowing. So we start with, we use plant-based laundry detergent and stain booster. We use plant-based hand wash for our hands. Super easy to just put it in your thing at home. You know, we use other ingredients when we need a little extra kick, like organic vinegar, baking soda. And so what we're going to do is show you how simple and easy. Think about it. If you were to take that cleaner that you have at home and spray it on your dog's paws when they come in from the house, would you do that? Right? They're going to lick them, and then they're going to have those chemicals. So it's the same thing here, right? I can put this blueberry here. Hey, you want blueberries? Up here, look. You want some? You got to come up here and get them. I can let Bay lick this off the counter because I sprayed it with non-toxic plant-based cleaning products. So nothing's going to harm her. In addition to that, I use the bottle and I keep it downstairs by the door. And so when we come in from a run from outside where she's going to touch toxic chemicals, we can give her a rinse before she starts, well, I would say licking her paws, but since we started her on Pet Matrix, we no longer have a licking paw problem. So that's super exciting. But I want to show you an example also of how little product you need when it comes to cleaning your house with things. So this is super concentrated. Literally, we take in 16 ounces of water, it's a quarter of a teaspoon. A quarter of a teaspoon is all that's going in there for this entire bottle. And then, you know, I used to be that person. I will tell you, I grew up in a plant-based home. Most of the cleaning, this is actually the same cleaning product we used at home when I was a kid. It was one of the first before it became a trendy thing. And so, but I will tell you that as an adult, growing up in, you know, the mid to late 90s and making my own buying decisions, I was really influenced by all the marketing things on TV, and, you know, it smelled clean. Well, clean doesn't have a smell. But if you want it to, take some essential oil, put a couple drops in there, boom, lemon, grapefruit, whatever it is you want. So, you know, you can clean your fruits and vegetables with it and all of that. So really take inventory of your house. Take inventory of your cleaning supplies. You know, everybody's not in a position to just throw everything away and start fresh. So do it in pieces if you need to. Start with when the next time you run out of that cleaning product, that you look for something that's plant-based that's going to do a really amazing, effective job, but without leaving all the toxicity behind in your house. So with that said, Bay's definitely ready to have more blueberries and get to her raw dinner. Right? Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much. Amazing. Always information. You know, look, this is really, you guys, what we are doing here. We're building a community that's going to bring value, all right, to how you can have a longer, better, sustainable relationship with your dog. It will be expanded to more pets as we talk about every single week. But for right now, we are talking about our dogs. So much great information. Look into plant-based cleaning products. Okay. Look into it. Do a little research. Care a little bit more, and it will come back to you tenfold. Okay. It will help reduce those surprises within your dog, those health concerns that just all of a sudden sprout up out of nowhere. Preventative, preventative, preventative. That's what we're talking about doing here. If you have a puppy, you get them, okay, on the immune and the gut product immediately, right? I would even put them on the pain, okay, product because of the glutathione in there, all right? Puppies can be affected from oxidative stress. And so in having these products in their lives at an early age, you're going to help protect them, okay, from any of these issues. You're going to help protect them when you institute plant-based cleaning products within your house, okay? You're going to institute them when you start helping them with a cleaner diet. They will thank you in spades, okay, over and over again. And so amazing. I did want to touch on two quick things. Number one, there was a question within the group. If you're part of the focus group, should you fill out the VIP list anyways? The answer is always yes. Okay. Doing more is never a bad thing. Get on that list. Okay. We have our list with the focus group, and they're obviously the priority, but you look, get in there, fill out the VIP list, share it with somebody. The amazing results with your dog and say, hey, look, get on this list. You're going to want to get these products for your dog. Right. Just plain and simple. And then secondly, look, Tanisha, right. She's reaching out. Okay, to everyone in the focus group, okay, contacting them, making sure the intake forms are done, making sure the outtake forms are going to be filled out and all that kind of stuff. So she's tracking you down. So be looking for her, all right, so she can help you along this journey and get the data, right? Everybody wants the data, including us, right? This is a focus group, all right, to prove out the efficacy of the products, to prove out what we already know. Okay, because we're already having these results. Now we're going to get a larger scale within that, all 50 of you there. Okay, and we're already getting great results, but make sure you're filling out those forms. Make sure you're answering Tanisha and getting back to her, please, 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 so we can make sure we have a complete compilation of the data. Right? That's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for from a science perspective. It's all about data. Okay. As your resident citizen scientist here, I am all about the data. Let's get it in. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing Pet Wellness Wednesday. And we thank all of you for joining us. And we're going to have some great news for you guys next week as well. So please don't be shy. Invite your friends, and soon, very soon, we will be doing product giveaways. And I know that's when you guys are going to be bringing all of your friends in, because everybody's going to want to get their hands on the product. So again, thank you so much, Tanisha. Thank you so much for all of your amazing knowledge for everybody and helping them with their pets. And Summer, thank you again, obviously, for helping everybody understand how they can make the world around them a better place for their dogs, okay, to help with the longevity as well as the quality of their life. So have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.